Iron General, Ataman of Ukraine, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. He was the one who had to prepare the country for a full-scale war and defend their territories. All these words characterize one person, namely Valerii Zaluzhnyi. Let's take a look behind the curtain of his life and find out some interesting details about this man, who will definitely take his place in the history of Russia's war against Ukraine. Time magazine devoted a cover story and a large feature to the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. When Zaluzhnyi walks into a dark room, he does not turn on the light, he turns off the darkness. This is one of the Ukrainian jokes about Zaluzhnyi quoted in the article. In early February, Zaluzhnyi was preparing for the Russian offensive. He recalls yelling at commanders who did not take the threat seriously. "I shouted at them for an hour. I lost my patience." He also added that he had explained to them that if they failed to fulfill their tasks, the price they would pay would be not only their lives, but also the independence of the country. He was part of the Ukrainian leadership that spent years transforming the country's army from a clumsy Soviet model into a modern fighting force. Hardened by years of fighting Russia on the Eastern Front, Zaluzhnyi is part of a new generation of Ukrainian leaders who have learned to be flexible and delegate decisions to commanders on the ground. His hard work in the run-up to the invasion and his clever battle tactics in early stages of the war helped the nation repel the Russian onslaught. Zaluzhnyi proved to be the military mind his country needed, wrote his colleague US General Mark Milley for Time. His leadership allowed the Ukrainian armed forces to quickly adapt to the initiative on the battlefield against the Russians. We could not allow Kyiv to fall. We had to shed blood in all other areas, even if sometimes it meant losing territory, Zaluzhnyi explained. And his strategy worked. Kyiv withstood the Russian invasion, and the territories in other areas are gradually being occupied thanks to Western assistance and the heroic efforts of the armed forces of Ukraine. Shockingly, today Valerii Zaluzhnyi says directly that he respects and admires the competences of his Russian colleagues. It sounds like a joke, but in his office he still keeps a collection of works by General Valery Gerasimov, the commander of the Russian armed forces, who is 17 years older than him. He says he studied with Gerasimov and read everything he ever wrote. The future commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine was born in Zvyagely, Zhytomyr region, into a military family, so his entire childhood was spent in garrisons among the military. He is the only Ukrainian commander-in-chief who has been fighting since July 2014. He participated in the defense of Donetsk region. He started as a deputy commander and rose to the position of chief of staff of the joint forces. Zaluzhnyi was having a beer at his wife's birthday party when he went outside to answer the phone and learned about his new job. The 48-year-old general's rank and status at the time was far below the position Zelensky was offering him. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine is the highest military rank in the country, held only by the president himself. The height of this position caused a feeling similar to the zenith. I often look back and ask myself, how did I get into this? Zaluzhnyi said in a June interview with Time magazine. Zaluzhnyi said that he dreamed of becoming a comedian, just like Zelensky himself. Instead, he followed in the footsteps of his military family, entering the academy in Odessa when the Soviet Union collapsed and Ukraine plunged into crisis. Valerii Zaluzhnyi is married. His wife Olena supports her husband in everything. The couple has two daughters. The eldest serves in the army. The younger daughter is studying to become a doctor in Odessa. It is known that Mr. Valerii likes to travel with his wife in his free time and walk around Ukrainian cities. I still have a passion for traveling, usually on foot. I put on a tracksuit and go to explore the city, the commander-in-chief said in one of his few interviews. The book from the commander-in-chief's desk My Way Through the Looking Glass by Volodymyr Gorbulin contains many notes. He also keeps coming back to the poetry collection Special Stork by Bogdan Golova, a talented 18-year-old from Koryshtiv who graduated with honors, runs a social media blog, writes poetry and even published a collection of poems. All of this despite a difficult diagnosis of cerebral palsy. Now in May 2023, Ukraine is preparing for a large-scale counteroffensive that could begin at any time. The day before, Russian propaganda resources began spreading disinformation about the alleged injury of Zaluzhnyi near Kherson as a result of a missile strike in early May. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine, Valerii Zaluzhnyi, feels well and continues to plan the liberation of Ukrainian lands from the occupiers. This was stated by Colonel Anatoly Stefan, who published a video with him.
Протягом травня місяця ми спостерігаємо феєричні і фантастичні історії від Russian пропаганди, а також різні конспірологічні версії від так званих експертів. І нарешті сьогодні, 25 травня, я хочу відкрити страшну тайну, дуже страшну тайну про головнокомандувача Збройних сил України.
Щиро дякую всім українцям. Разом ми обов'язково переможемо. І не тільки сьогодні. Завжди. Дякую всім.
We support the words of Ukrainian commander-in-chief that Ukraine will definitely win. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe to our channel and other platforms. I would also like to express my gratitude to our patrons. Thank you for supporting Ukrainian independent media. For those who want to support us, please see the details in the video description. See you soon!